Miguel Adorati back here at the iBop Vaults, and we're going to do a WWE video blog for you here. The World Wrestling Entertainment Group has their Battleground pay-per-view this July 19th, Sunday, coming up. And there's odds for 5 of the fights up at the books. So we're going to skip through this. Obviously, you know, with the WWE, you've got scripted fights. It's not pure sport, but the books do take action on it because, you know, the company's really, their bread and butter is you know, their surprise endings and their storylines and stuff. And the Battleground series on pay-per-view is not ancient. It's not like WrestleMania or the Survivor Series that's been around for years and years. Battleground is a new brand for them that this is the 3rd edition of it. So what makes this show big is obviously the main fight, which is the return of Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar, you know, UFC champion, obviously former WWE champion, one of the biggest names out there. And he's coming back to try to take his belt back. He's at -160, fighting Seth Rollins, the current champion, who's at +120. It's interesting because I could see Rollins squeaking out, you know, disqualifications and keeping the belt and a couple of things like that going on. But the bet would be on purely who wins and loses. So if Rollins, or Lesnar rather, wins by disqualification, he doesn't get the belt, but you would win your bet. Anyway, going on to the rest of the lines, this is amazingly tight lines for a WWE show, almost all the way through this. So let's take a look here. You've got Roman Reigns facing Bray Wyatt. This is a singles match with Reigns at -130 and Bray Wyatt at -110. It's one of those things that you don't know which way this one's going to go. It's the opening pay-per-view fight for this feud. I think we'll see it extend itself as both men are, you know, guys that are very popular and guys that are up and coming. They're both around the same point in their career. I see this becoming a very hard-fought, long feud, and this is just the first fight of it. So really anything can happen, and the line reflects that. Another match, I think this is the biggest match or the widest line of any of the matches up here, and this is Ryback versus The Big Show versus The Miz for the Intercontinental belt. Ryback is the champion. He's at -280 to retain. If either of the other two win, you get back +200. I just don't see that happening. Ryback's really done well as the champion. I love the fact that he's a huge guy at about 300 pounds, and he's been using aerial maneuvers and stuff, and he's really progressed. He does a good job on the mic. I don't see him taking the belt from him. The Big Show's there for him to toss around and look strong with. And Miz, it would be a shame to see Miz win the belt because he's just the same old tired character he's been for a long time. The tag team belts are on the line with the primetime players -180 over the New Day +140. This could be some shenanigans too. Keep in mind the New Day is 3 guys, obviously, and primetime players is 2. So, you know, the numbers factor and outside interference and stuff like that could play in there. And that takes us to the most interesting match, which is actually for the United States title. This is the 3rd time that John Cena and Kevin Owens are going to do this on a pay-per-view. -120, -120. That's how tight that is. No one really knows what's going to happen. Cena's traditionally always won the rubber matches or the feuds in the long run. He's been their poster boy for the last 10 years. Kevin Owens, an excellent anti-hero. You know, in many ways, I think the Kevin Owens character is replacing the CM Punk character that the WWE used to rely on. Obviously, CM Punk now in the UFC and has left WWE, but that role of the anti-hero is being filled by Kevin Owens. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him walk out with the belt. Anyway, these fights are July 19th, Sunday. Talk to you after the fights.